Hello everybody and welcome to a certain scientific Railgun T, episode 10. That's right, double digits, we finally made it. Anime review. This episode was like half flashback, half Misaki being like revealing things, and half, oh god, that just went down. I know that makes more than one whole, but damn, you know. That ending though, I knew it was coming and I was still a bit of a damn, you know. I was like, oh yeah, is that already? Honestly thought it was a bit later on, but I guess we can't have too much more. But no, we must do. I have no idea. It's been a while since I've read the manga. Anyway, let's jump into the episode and see what went down and everything. Let's do this. We open up with Misaka and Misaki on their way to the mysterious building, which we learn a little bit more about in this episode. There's a traffic jam because a bus exploded at one point. I believe the bus, there's like a bus just set on fire. I think it was the one in Index, like styled traps one and sets it on fire, if I'm remembering right. I think that's what they're referring to. Or it could just be another random spontaneous combusting bus, you know. Who knows? That's the question. Misaki then uses exterior, which we learn again what it is later on, to brainjack everyone on the railway? On the highway, make them go out of the way. Puts a bit of a strain on her though, it's like amplifies her. Then we get a flashback of young Misaki, where she meets this girl called Dolly. Doesn't Dolly look very familiar? Who could it possibly be? I can't put my finger on it. Basically, yeah, she's got, her body's fallen apart essentially. Not literally, but like, she's being kept alive by science, not by nature. Let's put it that way. She used to have a friend who then left after seeing her body. We see who that friend is, basically. It's what's her name? I've forgotten her name. The girl. They didn't say her name in this week's episode, which is why I've forgotten it. You know, liquid metal girl. Her. She was the friend. It's really obvious. The hair and also the liquid metal lying around everywhere. That also is a pretty good indication. Anyway, researchers basically want Misaki be her friend so we can continue researching, essentially, so her readings go back to normal. And she does. She messes with her memories to make her think, not her memories, like her recognition to make Dolly think Misaki is friend-kun. But then with the power of hug smell, she figures out, actually, no, you're not friend-kun, but you're still alright, so I'll still hang out and be a friend with you. That they do. One day they're playing, they're throwing a bottle in the bin, as every good teenager does. If you don't throw a bottle in the bin at a teenager, what are you even a teenager? That's the real thing. Dolly collapses though, and ask for Misaki's real name. We then learn Dolly is going to get taken away somewhere and will probably not come back. That's a bit sad. I wonder what could possibly happen to her. Oh, you know, scientists are pretty bad in this world. Real scientists, nothing but love. As long as they're good, obviously. In Index universe, scientists generally they're pretty bad. I think that's a good way of putting it. Now Misaki is the one that's sad, which is less than good. We learn from lady researcher Dolly, unfortunately, has died. So rip Dolly and all that. That was that. You know, that was what that meant to be. Rip Dolly, no, not good. Then we get the researchers meeting where they're talking about basically everything, the true goal of this project. However, it was all a ruse. Misaki was actually holding the meeting just to get all the information. She is now in charge because she's got them all under her brain control, her mind control. Hey, that's where we end the flashback. Then we come back to the real world. Toma is waiting for Saturn at their spot because he's got to give her the thing back. That's a thing. Misaka and Misaki arrive at the building, which I believe they say the building is Clone Dolly, or it's the institute, I guess, for the Clone Dolly stuff. It's the same building from earlier, is what I'm trying to say. We see exterior. It basically is a booster for her abilities. Originally, it was designed to give her abilities to everyone, which is a scary thought. Imagine if you could do that with any level 5. Imagine 20 accelerators. That's a scary thought right there. But anyway, yeah, now we see exterior. She grew a new brain, basically. She cut out part of her own brain. This is how I get it. And then regrew another brain, which it allows her to extend it somehow. It's a big brain as well. She grew, which, damn girl, don't be just cutting out parts of your brain. I'm sure she had help. maybe, you know, I wouldn't put it past her to do it solo, but who knows. The dude calls, the blonde dude who's got Misaki Remoto, says, hey, don't come to the roof, it's probably a trap. Exterior then after that, everything just goes to hell, right? So exterior activates, which causes Misaki to be like, oh crap, it's activating, that's not good. Gensei Kihara is on the roof, pauses the dude, because he can do that with the exterior. I'm just writing down everything that happens. Then he explains how he did it. He tuned his brainwaves to the exterior, similar to the level upper. How back then, remember that. And then Last Order senses something is wrong. Her little thing goes bling, as if say, "Oh no, my spidey senses are tingling." And then he does something to the Misaki network, to Emoto there, uploads a virus to the Misaki network. All the sisters like all start collapsing. Accelerator is also, you know, he's conked out as well, so he can't help. Because you know he would if he could, but he cannot, so he shan't. Xochitl and Satan finally get above ground, and what's his name? Toma spots them. Get so many names. Toma spots them and overhears them talking, and hears that basically the real goal of this project, this thing they're trying to do, is Makoto Misaka. And Toma's like, I know her. I can't let anything bad happen to her. And then Misaka arrives on the roof. She gets hit by the red lightning. And then she gets this awesome, badass, like, I guess level 6 form. Because that's the goal, is to turn her into level 6. She looks very similar to, in World War 3, the angel there. Like, they just look similar. Is that just me that thinks that? But yeah, forgot how cool level 6 Misaka is. And that was the end of this week's episode on a flipping cliffhanger. So like we lost Railgun over, as the preview said. We got certain scientific mental out next week. I hope they go full in on that. I know it wouldn't be really appropriate. I hope they change the opening. I hope they change the title just for that week's episode. I think it'd be pretty funny, but they won't, because it's meant to be taken seriously at this point, and there are no time for jokes. Essentially, it looks like from the preview, Toma and Gunha will be coming back as well. He was in it as well. So I guess they're going to show up and attempt to save everything. I forget what else happened. Misaki will probably try and get control of her second brain back. That's probably a good thing to be doing that there. You should do that. Forgot Accelerator showed up in this week's episode, you know? I've read the manga, as I've said. Completely forgot he was in this part, the part with all the sisters passing out, and the Accelerator there too. Forgot it was a thing, so hey, you got another appearance, I guess. That's good. Anyway, I've sort of ran out of things to say. It's gotten hype, you know. One thing I will say, you know, and it's I'm not complaining about this, but I've got to point it out. There was a scene earlier that was just looked really bad. You know, it was the scene where Misaki was walking with the lady researcher just before they met Dolly. Whenever they're like under a shadow, there's no shading, so it just doesn't look right. It looks really low. It doesn't look good, basically. Obviously, with everything going on, that's fine. I'm not complaining. Gotta point it out though. And also, it's not like it's a consistent problem. At best, it's like 1 or 2 scenes an episode, and it's never anything too major. So I'm glad that they're still putting in effort, and it looks good where it matters. Obviously, don't kill your employees over it though. That's the other good thing to do. Anyway, I've ran out of things to say, and it's getting very hot in here. God, I wish I could have a haircut, but hey, quarantine. Thank you, everybody, for watching this review. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. It would help me immensely. I will see you next week for another episode of this, and bye, guys.